Exactly 1 week ago, I started cold DMing more than 473 high ticket paying customers. And this is how I started from being a noob and being left on the message requests and being ignored into oblivion into actually booking my first call with my first client for tomorrow, March 7th. So this is how I got exactly 90 of the prospects to actually accept me and remove me from the message request list to actually give me a little bit of chance of being accepted, let alone be answered. Here I'm going to be going through questions and actual things that I went through just so you can start yourself and actually get the same results or not, if not better results than me, because I started anew, but now I know a bit more than I did know before. So here I'm just going to go through simple questions that my students had and made me, and actually some of my viewers and subscribers, one love to y'all, who reached out to my in my DMs and actually made some questions. And speaking of that, I actually developed a community where you guys can actually make those questions and we could start helping each other out, showing accomplishments, motivation and everything like that. We're going to have it. I'll be sure to put the link here on the pinned comment and see you there for more questions. So how did I begin this journey? It all started 1 week ago where I decided to start cold outreach just to find myself some clients that would guarantee me a monthly income, not just depending on one-time payments, because then you'd have to have a lot of customers and a lot of work to actually maintain a sustainable income. So I started looking for a monthly based salary from someone, me doing work and then, the normal shtick. So what took me to actually start DMing was a video I saw that cold DMing now is easier and all that. And I fell for it. So this is what made me start cold outreaching. Firstly, I was targeting the home improvement niche in general, like roofing and cleaning pools and all those things. But I won't lie, for the services I'm providing them, which was basically managing social media ads, creating them as well, tweaking their website in the terms of website design, copyright as well, a bit. So this is basically it. But if they had all those like cooked and they had it on point, what I would do is try to see their reels and see how often they actually made lives. And that's when I started finding a new way, like making clips. That's what I did. And it actually was a difficult time because I basically wasn't getting answers. I wasn't even getting seen. I wasn't even getting replies. It was a crazy thing. I sent like 140 something DMs and no reply at all. So that's when I started looking at my DM script. Firstly, I sent a basic script which I go about on this video. I'll link it there. This is going to be going through that, but in an improved version. So just don't talk twice about the same thing. Check this video out and then come back to this one. You'll understand this better. But what I started doing was I started filtering the users to one specific area. So if I wanted to target uh, United States that day, I would focus on one place like Miami and put in Miami and put in the short name, I don't know how you call it, an abbreviation. So I filter it by the job title, the niche, and the abbreviation of this actual place they are. And I started also targeting people that are above 2K followers because I know I said 5K, but most of the 5K accounts are basically well done by this point in terms of representing what they want. So I wasn't actually hitting the nail or actually hitting a pain point on any one of them. So that's when I decided to actually switch the niche because I had an epiphany. I saw somewhere that like made sense. They told me to actually think like my prospect. And I noticed that most carpenters and most guys that have to do with this type of work are actually like cut to the throat and straight to the point type guys. So they rarely maybe check Instagram DMs. They might frequent Facebook more frequently. And I mainly use Instagram. I prefer Instagram, don't like Facebook that much. But yeah, I found that and I decided to switch the niche. I went into like business coaches and personal trainers and all those things. And I did another tweak that was the most important thing for me to actually start getting DMs. This took me to start making audio messages, and making audio messages changed everything, because mainly now people won't be able to just see a short text you wrote them with emojis and all those things. They can actually feel your voice and actually hear you. They'll have to open the audio. So that's your time for you to do your thing and use the right words to persuade them to actually let you out of the message request. But then you might wonder, how do I create a DM that's low risk, simple, and actually curiosity provoking, that makes them actually want to continue your interaction? I'll start simple. I'll actually let you know my secret that made me notice something within the first 50 messages I sent. Like before the 200 mark, around 140 messages, I had that idea. So until the 190 mark, that's when people actually started getting back to me, like within hours or something like that. What I did is I send the audio using their first name and make a open-ended question that's actually relative to what you're doing, you see. So if you see she's a business coach or something like that, just make a open question that has to do with something that involves her to reply. One example would be, hey, I just noticed that you have handle that's on your Instagram. Is that like your personal or your private? Something like that. Just be creative. If I give you a strategy like now, I bet you will be in the midst of 100 to 200 people, because I don't really get that much views. But being along those people that are actually going to use the same exact words that I said. So you will be lost in a bunch. Try to be unique and just follow this rationale. So this brings us to another point. Should I give him the offer directly, or should I like try to beat around the bush and build a rapport first? I tried both. And I'll tell you, going directly to the offer boosts your comeback by a ton. You know, it makes you be transparent and makes you start irradiating that confidence vibe that you actually know what you're doing and you're not one scammy guy that's going behind the back and then chopping them with a deal. You have to be smooth with it. I do it like this. Once I ask the open-ended question, one of the ones, I'll give you one of the ones I use. So when I see a live, I actually go to their DM and I ask them like, hey, hello, how are you doing? Is this live still up? I actually can't seem to get it working on my phone. I don't know if it's my phone that's lagging or something like that. Just something crazy, that's going to prompt her to respond like, oh, okay, is it this or that? Like, yeah, no, but here it's working, it's up. Anything she answers. So since I also pitched that I actually do cuts for long-term videos, then I would the second message, as soon as I have a reply, the next message I send them is, oh, okay, now I have it working. I actually was doing this because I was making a quick Loom video, just going about these strategies I was seeing that would actually improve your conversion rates and make your page more valuable, stuff like that. And then I let it be. So I send them. And there's two actual possible responses from those. You know, the first one will be no. and I got, oh, I thought I was grabbing the mic. Oh shit. I'm getting old. The first response is a no. Like the person will not be interested, or if they are interested, they won't be willing to trust you just yet. So that's a no. And the other one, that's a yes. What makes the difference is actually having one of those in end goals, because if they don't answer, persist, but in a healthy way, where you don't like spam them with messages, but within 3 to 5 days at a time, just shoot one, like, oh, yo, have you checked it or have you seen it? Something like that. And most times you actually get more engagement, because then the person sees you're not a bot actually, and they get back to you like, okay, yeah, no, I haven't seen it yet. This happened to me recently. I'll show you as well. And this is how crazy it gets. And while you're considering this, you might also be asking yourself, like, how many DMs can I actually send before I get banned or get a shadow banned or something like that? Or even worse, getting put in the dark, scary, hidden request section. Oh boy, don't try to go there. So my safe bet is going around like 60 to 80 DMs a day. I found it to work safe and nice to me. And if you're actually getting banned, or if you're actually getting flagged or something like that, it might be because you're doing something wrong or something suspicious. I do not know. But I've been doing this for some time now, and to me, it works perfectly. And this leads to the question, did you manage to do all of this without getting banned or getting restricted? It's a hard yes. I didn't. Never. Once. And you know why? Because my page is aged. I hear a lot of people talking about buying 4, 5, 6 pages to start cold DMing a ton of people. But what I have you have in your mind is you shouldn't focus on quantity. Just focus on quality. Even 60 to 80, I might consider going down and tailoring better to each customer, because then you'll be burning through leads. These leads that you're sending rush texts now, in the future might be actual clients that if you had packaged well your message, it would have hit them different, and they would be your actual next big thing. And on another point, most of you are very curious about the tools used in these types of cold DMs and cold outreaches. And I'm here to say that I haven't used a tool at all. I'm not really a fan of bots, because mainly I never use them. I never do. I don't like to associate my main pages with bots, because if that gets banned, it's crazy. You have to start from zero. So I do it all manually. I would prefer to have like virtual assistants or people that manage these things working for me and actually sending the messages in a safe way, than actually having bots that send 1,000 messages in a day and me getting banned into oblivion. But what about the profile itself? Do I have to have a personal brand, or do I have to have like a tailored, high fashion, majestic, and full of designs type page, which makes it look professional? I tried both as well. If you check my main page, you'll see the amounts of followers I have there. Just go ahead and look, and I'll tell you that the amount of followers wouldn't matter the most. If you have like 20 something followers, yeah, that would be crazy. But if you have something along the lines of 500, 1,000, 2,000, that works like magic. Maybe in the future, we'll see the results if I get the blue verified badge or tick, whatever you want to call it. And maybe the response rates might go up, but basically, so I tried with my page, and I actually tried with my business page, which actually has 17,000 followers at the moment. 16? I don't know. So the results I got is, using my personal page, I had a higher response rate, because people were seeing who was actually texting. It wasn't something that was hidden behind a logo, or something that had to do with service, or feeling like this guy wants to sell me something. I just have my photos, my pics, plain basic, and with a Calendly link and a link for my other page. And yeah, it's smooth, and people actually check your profile when they receive a message. I think you do too. When you receive a message from someone you don't know and they have like Donald Trump's photo on the badge or the thing, you know Donald Trump isn't texting you, so you have to know who he is. That's what takes that response rate from a low 30 to like a 50-ish when you have the right content and the right presentation on your page. And that brings up another related question, like how can I look genuine and trustworthy with a small following? And I'll tell you this, try. Like, yeah, try. The thing is, you don't need to have extravagant photos with a G63 or a wagon. No, you just have to have like photos that are actually recent. My photos aren't that recent, but I haven't changed a lot. You might have pictures that aren't recognizable, or of you just chugging down beers. You could have them in like another situation, but if you have people going to your page that you want to work with them, it's like you having your uh, image right there and there. You could be blasting that with like potential work. I don't like to post work there. I like my Instagram with my pictures. And you could be posting like something that's actually appealing, like a day you were outside and you took a picture. It's good, but don't be as as if the page is just for fun or something like that. You have to know that it will serve as your portfolio, and it will serve as your image going forward, knowing that these people will be seeing you through there. So as soon as the person accepts the message and I actually am out of the message requests box, what I do is I go directly to what I offer and make the offer look appealing in a way that they might benefit it more than I do. What I want to do is show you the rule, the 2 by 1 rule. That's what I call it. That's when all the times you talk about yourself, you have to reply by saying the prospect's interest twice. Every time you say I, you have to say you twice. So I'm willing to help you grow your brand and have more clients coming in. You get the idea. Like, you express the value to them because they want to know about themselves and not actually about what you want. So if you make it so it's 2 to 1, that will be a killer. They most of the times won't even answer. So after that, I send them the message, which basically is me saying that I actually made a quick Loom video going about strategies to do this, and that will improve your rates and will improve this and that. And as I said, there are 3 responses: yes, no, and ignore. So what happens next is, if the yes comes in, you want to make a video just going about that, but don't make it so it looks like you know that they already accepted. So that would be weird. So go something like making a video and being like, hello, we're going to be going through your page and seeing some things that you could tweak or manage to actually get more leads and more conversions to your page. So that's basically how I start the video, and then bless them with value. And after that, my call to action is actually booking a call, which I say for the next day or the after the next day, and just leave my Calendly link, and they actually just book a call whenever they're free, or whatever works for them. And of course, many of you want proof. Here I'm going to put some of them, like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. But just so I don't say this one for 5 more minutes, I'm going to be posting most of these on my community. So feel free to join. It's going to be on the comments pinned.